Hi, I'm Jimmy Robbins, and I'm here to tell you about the new all-American pro-freedom, pro-Trump social media site known as Gettr. And I'd like to talk to you today about how this is the one and only social media platform that encourages freedom of thought, inclusivity, and, well, all that other shit the libtards go on about. Now, as a red, white, and blue-blooded conservative, I want to start off by proving, once and for all, that the Republicans do not have an anti-Semitism issue, okay? So, I'm going to start out by showing you what comes up when you search our, Hasidic hombres, am I right? So, let's see. The first result is Jews did 9/11. Fucking hell. Okay, but seriously, like, religious intolerance isn't cool, right? Like, hating someone based on their religion for any reason, not cool, right? But, like, we know the people behind 9/11 were Muslim. Like, if you're gonna be a brain-dead idiot who wants to push the narrative of hating someone based solely of their religion, despite the fact that you could find extremists in literally any group if you try hard enough, could you at least be accurate, you know? Okay, but this is still an American platform. It would never censor people like my president, Donald J. Trump, like twid-tard or face gender. Except, of course, for this terms of service paragraph that specifically says that they absolutely would have to if they found something to be offensive, obscene, lewd, lascivious, filthy, pornographic, violent, harassing, threatening, abusive, illegal, or otherwise objectionable or inappropriate. But you know what? It's a good thing our true President Donald Trump would never partake in anything that could be considered offensive, obscene, lewd, lascivious, filthy, pornographic, violent, harassing, threatening, abusive, illegal, or otherwise objectionable or inappropriate. Basically, yes, Gettr is the new social media site attempting to appeal to conservatives by promising true free speech on their platform, meaning, yeah, basically they're trying to appeal to people who want to say whatever ignorant shit they want without any consequence. Because again, people still don't understand that the Bill of Rights is meant to restrict the power of the government, not citizens or businesses. So basically, this website is a gallery of people who love to cite the First Amendment, but refuse to understand that it doesn't in any way mean you should be free or are free from any of the consequences of your words or actions, but rather, the government cannot infringe on your right to speak out against it. And this website was created by a former Trump aide in response to Trump being banned on Twitter and Facebook because he was literally encouraging an insurrection at the nation's capital while it happened, and afterwards continued to push the incredibly false narrative that the election was somehow stolen from him. This, of course, was after spending months making people doubt the electoral process, and then citing that doubt that he fabricated in order to insist some kind of wrongdoing or irregularity, when again, literally every irregularity can be tracked back to him. The biggest example being, of course, that no one voted for him via mail-in ballots because he spent months illegitimizing the idea of mail-in ballots. Now, I'm not one to get overly political. Like, usually the furthest I'll go is like, mind your own business, who gives a shit if Harry Styles wants to wear a dress? There's a pandemic. Shut the fuck up. And I'm not going to change that now, mostly because I don't have the patience to argue with stupid people who insist on citing a book from hundreds of years ago for every shitty argument that they have, such as the fact that gay people shouldn't be allowed to adopt children, because apparently those children are better off in the orphanages or foster homes that those same people refuse to fund in any way. Stop caring what gay people do. It literally doesn't matter. And this platform is already my favorite social media site because it is so fucking hilarious how big of a mess it already is. Here are some highlights. For starters, the pandering on this website is absolutely hilarious. From that terms of service paragraph that I showed you directly stating, oh yeah, we love free speech, while acknowledging that they have the same power as Twitter or Facebook to limit its users' speech at any time, to the name itself, Gettr. Get it? Like, Gettr Done. That's so stupid, and it's so funny to me that whoever came up with that definitely thought they were a genius for it, and you know for a fact they yelled at some intern when they suggested an actually clever alternative, 'cause no, Gettr Done. How American, I guess. But aside from obvious pandering, you already have kind of hilarious disinformation being spread on that site, such as the fact that there are 2 fake Trump accounts feuding with one another, and hundreds of thousands of people are falling for it, and I was one of them. Because, I'll admit, whatever lowlives are choosing to commit to the bit in order to sell the account later is really convincing. I even wrote into the script jokes about the account before realizing the verification checkmark thing is just an emoji. Every other public figure has an actual icon. Like, it took me 5 minutes on the platform to realize that it's not him, or at least not a verified account if it is him, and I don't know how you could possibly fall for this unless, like me, it was literally the first profile you looked at. And it's even funnier because of this post where the account owner says the media is making these fake accounts to, quote, disenfranchise me in our movement by creating fake accounts to stop us. I tried to use this logic last night when arguing with my girlfriend about who finished the ice cream, because she insisted it had to be me, because I was the only other person who lives there, and she didn't do it. To which I responded that that was an absolute sham, and nothing more than an attempt to gaslight and disenfranchise me, to which she responded, "Jimmy, there is literally chocolate in your beard right now." Somehow she won that round, so now I'm trying to take a page out of Trump's book and find some more complicated words that I don't know the meaning of to just kind of sprinkle into our next argument, add a little spice to it. For real though, for the people who like this post, what the fuck? Do you think, CNN hired a guy to just pretend to be Trump online? Or do you think it's Gary in his basement with too much time on his hands? Have you ever fucking met Gary? Of course it's him. Also, I love this post, the best is yet to come. Trump was literally president for 4 years, and you're admitting that the best is going to come under a different administration. I mean, that has to be one of the best examples of a complete lack of self-awareness, while, also possibly being one of the first times that Trump and I might actually see eye to eye. So there's that. But aside from fake Trump accounts, this is also now the most legitimate source of breaking news. So here we have a breaking story of Pennsylvania asking for a full forensic election audit. Another good example of kind of just using words without any real meaning. What does forensics have to do with election security, an issue handled by intelligence agencies? Anyways, let's check out some of the enlightened discussion, shall we? Yeah, some interesting stuff here, Cut the cameras, I need a 2-minute break.
But we're behind.
I said cut! Another story about a Chinese social media app discriminating against LGBTQ university students. And the first response I saw was, finally, China doing something right. And then saying we too should ban the rainbow people because they all push propaganda to convert our kids or something. Hey, ultra-conservatives, and the ultra-woke too, I guess, it's possible to criticize a community without being blatantly ignorant and offensive. I mean, it's really easy. All it takes is a little thought. Yeah, that's the issue. The ultra-conservative and ultra-woke aren't exactly known for putting any thought into their actions before acting or speaking on behalf of their ridiculous movements. My bad, guys. I was being naive there. But, of course, the Trump lackeys who realize they will literally have to kiss Trump's ass until they either die or want their political careers to go under are already on verified accounts, spreading their special brand of bullshit, such as former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo bragging about standing up to China, and the Trump administration being the first to formally recognize China's treatment of Uyghur Muslims as genocide. Which sounds absolutely incredible based on my limited knowledge on that issue, but Mike, you forgot to mention that you did that on literally your last day in office after months, if not years, of ignoring the issue and Trump even praising Chinese leadership and openly discriminating against Muslims for years before and after becoming president. But seriously, your last day, you did it? That would be like if a small fire starts in my house, so I throw a cup of vodka onto it, hoping that'll put it out, but instead it turns it into an inferno, so I run out of the house and call 911 and have the fire department put it out. I didn't do anything brave, I just made it someone else's problem and ran away like a bitch. I don't get credit for that, But if you can't tell between the abundance of porn, disinformation, and overall ignorance, This platform's already a mess. And nothing proves this better than the fact that the platform was hacked on literally day one, with thousands of people's personal information being accessed by those hackers. And as a result, I was able to make an account without even giving an email address. Like, I don't know, that's one of the sketchiest things I've ever seen before. That's some sketchy shit. But for the people who were asking if I was planning on making any other social media accounts, I'm happy to say you can officially follow me on Gettr. Just look up I'm sure you don't need me to spell that for you. Just feel free to follow me there and know that I will literally never visit that website again. It is god-awful. Bye! Hey, thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It actually really helps me out a lot. I make comedic commentary videos of the informative and satirical variety every Friday. And if you're not convinced yet, you can just check out some more recommendations above. Alright, well, thanks again.